Netflix.
Turn this TV off. Turn this goddamn TV off, man. The Devil May Cry anime is a fascist, misogynistic, American propaganda show. Jesus Christ, man. All I ever wanted was a well-adapted TV show. Is that too much to ask for? And in case it's not already obvious, this video is not just gonna tell you what's wrong with the adaptation, but everything wrong with Western anime. This shit needs to stop. But first of all, I want to start by saying the show itself, it's not that terrible. It's actually quite good if you ask me. Oh my god. Nah, I can't even say that lie without wanting to inject mercury and lead into my veins. The show is honestly objectively horrible unless you happen to be a neo-Nazi fascist or you turn off your brain while watching this, and I'm going to prove it by the end of this video. Let's look at Mary, arguably the worst thing to happen to the entire world since World War II. She is a cinematic catastrophe. You see, Mary was born mentally disabled. At the age of 8 years old, she was about to be in the digestive system of a demon who launched at her, but she stood still, wanting to fight it with her toy gun despite her parents screaming and trying to get her out of there. But hey, she was just a kid, right? Fast forward many years later, she is a full-grown adult at this point, and she hates demons with every single drop of blood in her, which is fine, I don't care. But the problem is that she never healed from all that brain damage. Why do I say that? Let me give you one of the many examples in this show. So check this out. Mary takes her weird ass team into enemy territory. I'll tell you why I call them weird in just a sec. She knows fully well that this enemy group has very advanced technology, and these are opponents, these demons are opponents they have previously struggled to keep up with, and not to mention they were unable to do any significant damage to said demons in their first encounter. One would think that they would wait for reinforcements or they'll bombard the building, but who the hell would go into close quarters with these types of opponents that I just described? Can you guess what happens when they enter this enemy's base? Let me give you a clue. They all fucking die, and it's her fault. Mary's character is so stupid in this show. She starts the series as an angry edgelord woman who spends her entire day on Reddit and can't stop swearing for some reason.
Let's go get this carrot munching mother.
And she ends the series without growing. She is incapable of learning or having any sort of character development. A well-written deuteragonist is supposed to complement or contrast the protagonist, which happens to be Dante in this case. And what this does is it implies she is her own person. She is supposed to learn from conflicts, which she doesn't. She's supposed to bring emotional and thematic depth to the narrative, which she doesn't. The only thing she does is swear every single second. And in this show, she feels like a tool rather than a person. In Devil May Cry 3, she was such a great character. Her interactions with Dante were multifaceted. Initially, yes, they are at odds, they are bickering and fighting all the time, leading to confrontations that highlight their different yet similar goals. It was done in such a way that it did not feel like Dante was being bullied, unlike in this show where Dante completely turns off his brain anytime he's around her. Anyways, in the game, they gain mutual respect for each other over time. They start to recognize their shared objectives, and she makes Dante become a more empathetic and emotional person while getting the closure she needed from her betraying ass father. But this show is nothing like the game. And I'm not even saying they need to copy the game, but at least make the characters have some purpose in the narrative. Dante does not grow throughout the entire series. Lady does not grow throughout the entire series. In fact, there is a whole ass episode that makes her realize that a lot of demons are actually just like regular humans. One would think, okay, now she has some understanding of these demons, she won't follow orders blindly for her fascist, racist leader, or at least she will have some level of pushback to whatever orders she gives him, or rather he gives her. You would think that there is no way we would have such a heartwarming dialogue and Lady won't learn from it. If you thought any of those things, you are wrong. As a matter of fact, she even goes out of her way to attempt to capture Dante because her boss says he is just too powerful. This same guy she goes to capture has saved her multiple times at this point, and he has saved the whole world. So in all of this, tell me where the character development is. She is the same edgelord woman who is devoid of a soul from the start of the series to the end of the series. I swear one of these days I will talk about how Western writers keep sabotaging female characters, because it's really horrifying at this point. And since I'm on the topic, every single female character in this show is somehow super manly and masculine and angry, while the male characters just feel weird and out of place. And even then, every single character in this show is one-dimensional, except maybe Rabbit. Rabbit was the only good thing about this show. Excluding Mary, let's talk about the two other main writing choices that sabotage the whole show. First off, we have making demons good. If you've played any of the games, you will know that all demons are evil and they want to kill people. They want to do very, very terrible things to human beings. But in the show, there are good demons. Why is this a problem? And it's simple once you think about it. Making demons good nullifies Sparda's sacrifice. Just think about it. Why did Sparda condemn all the good demons? Because there are so many good demons. There are just as many good demons as there are good people. So why did he condemn these good demons to suffer forever by putting a seal that separated both worlds? And then he lets all the tyrannical evil demons stay with the good demons. This shit makes no sense. Sparda seems careless, hypocritical, and poorly written, unless the story intentionally wanted to portray him as another incompetent imbecile. In the games, all demons are evil except himself, making it rational and morally upright to, separate both worlds and save the weak, right? Sparda in the series did not save the weak. He just chose one set of people over another set of people for no justifiable reason. The series just assassinated his character and he seems like a racist, self-hating, colossal jackass. And since we are on the topic, did I mention the show has no captivating narration? Yes, it's really just American fascist propaganda. Minority race, good. Americans, bad. I mean, come on. Can we leave these types of stories out of fiction every once in a while? I'm trying to watch the son of a demon kill evil demons. I'm not trying to remember the evils of America versus Iraq. This writing choice, this allegory to make shit political, is one of the many reasons Mary has nothing to her character. In the grand scheme of things, she is just a victim of fascism. She's a tool for fascism that chooses to remain a brain-dead puppet despite knowing the truth about everything. I want to point out something ironic now. Most of this video has been about Mary. I have barely talked about the actual protagonist, and it's not by choice. The show quite literally gives Mary more screen time than Dante. I think there's at least 2 full episodes without Dante. Now let's talk about her backstory. You would think that with the way she invalidates everyone else's trauma, because that's what she does. Anytime someone mentions something that was remotely traumatic about their past, she just completely shuts them off. You would think she probably has something very, very traumatic in her origins, right? And the truth is, she doesn't. She had a father who injected himself with demon DNA or something, and then he goes on to kill her mom, which makes one realize why she is so dumb, because the stupidity runs in the family. She hated demons before any of this shit with her father happened. I mean, in the show now. Before any of that bullshit happened, she was already a full-blown demon hater. And it starts to make you wonder, why did she even hate demons in the first place? I mean, yeah, they were portrayed as evil, but she had above normal hatred for them. That doesn't even make any sense. And since I am on the topic of hating demons, the only reason her team died was to fuel her already burning hatred for demons. How does that make any fucking sense? Lastly, because I don't want to spend any more time talking on this show, on this horrible show, I want to ask a question. How the fuck did Mary capture Dante over and over again? Because it's so infuriating to see this plot hole. We see Dante dodging a barrage of bullets like it's nothing, and then somehow he gets shot in the leg by Mary, and he acts like he is incapable of using his brain and all his other good limbs. Does that make any sense? It's like her stupidity is contagious. If she comes in contact with you, suddenly your cognitive abilities decline to an unfathomable level of retardation far below the depths of hell. It's bad enough that she was even keeping up with Dante in the first place, but allowing herself get captured after shooting him in the leg is fucking abysmal. When Bonnie revealed that she killed demon refugees because she could not stop to listen for just a second, she does not show any remorse. She did not reach a rational conclusion. She deflects it by talking about how Bonnie is a human and only humans are capable of such evil. Japanese niggas need to stop giving Western producers and Western writers their rights or whatever, because we can't have this type of nonsense repeat itself. And like I've mentioned before, Dante does not even feel like a main character in this show. He was completely unaware of everything that was happening throughout and refused to listen to anything Bonnie was telling him about his father. Honestly, there's so much more that was wrong with the series, like that corny insert of Berry Delights or Enzo's sacrifice being out of character and completely pointless, and some more fascist shit, obviously. But I will just leave it at that, man. I'm really just tired of, I don't know, ranting and talking about the problems of this show. Please, if this happens to be seen by any Japanese IP, do not give Western niggas your work. Western writers should not lay any fingers on anything that is not Western anymore. Please, they have a superpower that lets them ruin anything they touch. And I'm sure if you just finished watching the series and you did not turn off your brain, you probably hate the series. And I'm sure this video probably just made you hate the series even more. So watch me talk about another anime that is really good, and I'll talk about the plot holes in the anime and how they could be addressed. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stretch my hand, but my grip